The first episode picks up immediately where the finale ended last year.
Yep.
So you'll see right away within
what happens. Yeah.
The first minute you'll know who was shot and what is going down.
Yep. Yeah. This is a tricky one for us because it's hard. We can't really obviously talk too much about it all, but the beauty and great thing about the show is that obviously we deal a lot in flashbacks this season. So regardless if someone didn't make it or not, you're going to be seeing everybody. I'm sure Matt will tell you he's got some flashback stuff that really dives into his character this year, as well as for me. You'll see a lot of Jared going down a very different path this year, a lot more darker than you've kind of seen him before, in a sense of you don't really know what his intentions are and why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah, he's kind of getting there.
No, I mean,
toward the end of last season.
I don't want to call it dark. I always say Jared needed a therapist by the end of it because he was a bit obsessive over this man. And I know he loved that woman and everything, but come on, dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, easy. Take a chill pill.
Yeah. You're talking about Jared, not Zeke.
No, Jared.
Yeah.
Jared became crazy over you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get to see Jared in a very different light this year, be it a flashback or whatever it is. But it's hard. This is such a hard one for us, especially when we find out we're getting paired together. We're like, really? Because at least with Josh or somebody else, they can talk. With us two, we're like,
Yeah. Well, let's talk about last season. What was the most challenging thing for you to shoot or a scene or episode?
Great question.
I mean, I tell you, I don't know. Maybe it was probably my first episode or two where I was, but it wasn't really hard. I loved it. Though. That's the thing. Right. I mean, I was, he'd been in the cave surviving and frostbitten, and then got out of the cave and all the snow was melted and he was drenched wearing this winter stuff. And so when I got busted in the door, I looked really terrible, but I was so psyched about it. It was really refreshing for me because I've never played a character. Well, I never had to look that terrible, and that was good. It was really refreshing and exciting.
Right.
And so we've kept some of that stuff, makeup-wise, because he's been through a lot, in his life. I mean, I don't know. I struggle saying the hardest thing to shoot because even on the hard days, I just feel so lucky. And it sounds sounds really cliche, but it's true. We're really lucky and blessed. I love the character. I love these people. I love the story.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's physically challenging, and sometimes it's
Yeah. I'm trying to think of.
We had one down in when we went on the when the building fell on top of me, that we were down there. That day, I actually we spent all day down in this crazy kind of tunnel dungeon thing shooting, and it gets hot. There's it was a hot day to begin with, and there's a lot of fake smoke and all and guns and all the stuff. It's very technical, we had obviously a bunch of stunt doubles there, and I fought so hard to do this crazy kind of I jumped through this little hole, and it's all this old really hard, beautiful. Not wood, brick, actual old school brick. And I finally got them to say, okay, JR, you can do it once. And the first time I did it, I almost fell. And I scraped my knee and blood went everywhere. And they're like, that's it.
Wait,
I was just
last year?
Last year.
Okay, I wasn't
on the first one, the first take. I was just no, that was just practice, guys. I got this.
Is that why they have stunt doubles for me when I'm getting out of the car?
Probably. It's because JR screwed it up. JR screwed it up for everybody.
Why are you here, man? But they don't tell you how involved things are.
Yeah.
They plan everything, and then
that was a tricky one because I felt so I was like, come on, man, I can do this. And of course I messed it up on the first take.
Yeah. That's why they
that was a physically hard day though.
So obviously your characters have a very contentious relationship. What do they respect about each other?
Respect about each other?
Our characters?
I'd say Zeke probably respects that he's a police officer. I think Zeke doesn't like that he abuses that. I think Zeke abuses it. Zeke thinks that Jared abuses it or goes too far and uses that power for bad things with regard to Zeke.
Yeah.
I'd say he respects that. He also respects that Michaela loved him and that he was so special to her because she is so special to Zeke,
Yeah.
Tell me about all the things that you love about Zeke.
That's a great question. What does Jared love? Especially
where to begin?
Especially how we ended it.
You know what? Maybe that's why.
Maybe you love that he's a bad shot.
Or maybe Jared actually loves Zeke, and that's what's driving all
imagine?
You think that's what it is?
I mean, it's manifest. Anything can happen, buddy.
We should ask Jeff about
Anything can happen here. I actually like that. Yeah, that's a great question. I think. Wow.
I gave you a way out, man. I gave you a way out.
Yeah, no, I think Jared, at the end of the day, truly, there's a reason why the bond that Jeff and the writers created with Jared and Michaela was so strong, no matter how crazy their lives get. And the fact that this is the first time that she's actually not seen him and seen somebody else, regardless if it's in a romantic way or not at that point, there's something that Jared, no matter how crazy or psychotic he may be through it all and doesn't want to deal with his own internal struggles, he respects the sense that, if she's picking this man for a reason because he's giving her information or whatever it may be, there's got to be something about him that I can actually see Jared and Zeke being friends at some point. You never know. You never know. I can actually see that coming.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
That's a good question.